know, man. It's like psychedelic and shit. Yeah, I'm sorry about this. We got a bit of an issue. I'll explain shortly. I am not having a good day. I am having pretty much the exact fucking opposite of a good day. This morning, not that long after finishing my latest Minecraft video, my primary monitor made a popping sound and the picture went out and it would not come back on. So now I only have the one monitor, which is kind of an issue, and yeah, I'm in the process of putting everything together to replace it. I've got a new screen to use for that. But in any case, my day has been full of events and garbage, and I've basically got to reorganize the whole room around it, because the old monitor was mounted up on the wall, and the new monitor is much larger and heavier. I can't mount it on the wall. It has to sit on top of something. So I've got a stand available to put it on. The problem is that in order to put it on this stand, I need to put this stand behind my desk, and that means the desk has to move about 1.5 feet outward. And if I move the desk 1.5 feet outward, then one of my bookcases over here needs to go, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the. Not sure what's going to happen with the keyboard. I may need to scoot it over. I may need to recenter it. In any case, things are definitely moving around. Things are definitely changing, and I've got to figure out how to make all this shit work. And I didn't really want to move anything around or change it, but yeah, that's where things are. And since I've stirred up so much dust, my nose is like constantly stuffed up. My sinuses are just being a bitch. So I'm just a huge snotball right now, and yeah, that's got to be fun for you. So anyway, yeah, that's where things are over here. And typically, you don't see me do the part in Discord where I go down to the voice chat and actually start the stream. But you get to see it this time because that's the only monitor I've got. Typically, I do this on the other screen, but let me. No, I don't want to stream that. I want to share my screen, and I want to come down to the windowed projector. There we go, the windowed projector. All right. Oh, God. So yeah, there we go. Okay, let's fire that up, and there we go. Because I had to put something together so I could stream. I wasn't going to bail on the stream just because I'm missing a monitor. I mean, come on, you guys are fucking important. This is an important thing to me, and I have no idea what I'm going to do. I haven't thought even remotely about what I'm going to work on today's stream. You know what? I did just recently pick up a couple of books on framed perspective. These are some pretty good books. I've had them on my wish list for a while and just got around to picking them up. And there's a lot of useful stuff in there. So I don't know. Maybe there's something in here that I could experiment with and talk about or something. Notes on freehand drawing and sketching. Let's take a look at that. Okay. All right, there's not a whole lot of information there that I could deal with. This is very non-digital. Pardon me. God, this is disgusting. But yeah, yeah. Let's see. Shadows on objects, characters in perspective, shadows on characters, clothing the characters. Notes on composition. That would be interesting to go through at some point, but probably not today. What should I work on today? I don't know. Let's continue working on perspective, I guess. Three-quarter perspective is it's not a particularly difficult thing to add in there. Yeah, that's not sufficiently. Oh God. This is awful. This is gross. I wouldn't want to watch this. What's wrong with you? To be come back much farther than it seems like it should. This needs to come back much more steeply. Now that's the problem there. I'm being much too... I'm being much too... When drawing from the side here, there's not a whole lot. Does that just sweep back? There's the corner right there, but... Man, these look awful. Just pure profile anime check. Does it sweep just all the way back like that? Let's, now, if I go look at my pictures directory, then there's all kinds of stuff that'll scroll past that YouTube doesn't want anybody seeing, so it's not an option. Working on one monitor is hard. One of the things that I've been trying to work on is silhouettes of legs. Don't do very well on these. There's like there's this muscle in here that I don't typically give enough attention. And there's a muscle in here, and there's a muscle out here, and there's a tendon, there's a kneecap. There's the crotchal region. when you define that heavily, you get this kind of blocky. Superhero looking situation. The upper leg isn't bad, but the lower leg is kind of stumpy. It's also not wide enough. It should be wider, it should be longer. That should come farther down. That should come farther down. I'm not doing a very good job on this. But that's okay. I can not do a very good job. That'll be fine. No, cancel. I don't want to save anything just yet. How's that? How is that? There we go. Well, that should work better. Trying to reorganize everything and get things working effectively. I need to redo my entire workflow, and the art workflow is going to stay pretty much the same because, you know, the drawing tablet is pretty much the entire workflow when it comes to the streaming and all of that. But the camera's going to have to move because otherwise it would be in the way, and I'm not sure how to manage that. Huh. Yeah, the ring light's kind of the issue with the camera because the ring light jacks up the camera substantially. I don't deal well with change. I don't like I don't like when stuff changes unexpectedly. This is terrible. I'm so not feeling it tonight. The knee area here, that's the one I have trouble with. I kind of have trouble with feet too. But really, feet, they come down and kind of the big toe is right on the inside, and then all of the rest of the toes are just kind of on the outside. They kind of stretch out there. I always forget which side of the ankle is higher. One of them is definitely higher. And the foot the big toe is where the majority of your weight tends to rest because there's the ball of your foot and there's the rest of the foot, and all the rest of your toes are like right there. So you get this kind of inside-outside thing going on. Which one is it? Is that the... inside locks around like so, and that would be the low side. I think that's on the inside, isn't it? trying to envision the way that the foot locks into the leg. No, it's like this, isn't it? Or alternately, and we know the tibia curves, so you've got the big toe here, you got the rest of the toes here, and we know the tibia curves in this direction, so we'll put the outside as the higher. Is that correct? I can just look at my foot. No, the inside is higher. Huh. So it really is kind of this shape. The inside is higher. And then, yeah, definitely the inside is higher. Looking at it from above, you've got kind of this you got kind of this thing going on. You got this sort of swoop in there. Then there's a tendon in here. Runs down in the middle, and then this one just kind of runs down. Looks like that runs down almost all of them. Yeah, it seems to like split apart as you go farther down. I don't know that any of this is at all helpful to anyone, but and inside is higher than the outside, right? Yeah. Just kind of got that thing going on, and then the knee kind of has that opposite slant. Okay, there's something I've been trying to draw more feminine appearing legs, and it occurs to me that in anime they typically draw a woman with her knees pointed inward. So you've got like, here's the crotch and here are the knees, and they're turned kind of inward. So they don't face straight forward, they face kind of inside. Well, it's got this kind of thing going on. Because, you know, it's the opposite of man spreading. I guess it's like girl clenching, or I don't know. This is an awful episode. I don't know what's wrong with me. Yeah. So that would go in there, and then we would have the other leg, but the front leg wouldn't... So you get kind of this knock-kneed appearance. So you can kind of rough that in. You can approximate it like so and just sort of add that in. Add your thigh gap with the Toblerone tunnel, as they call it, right there in the middle. Maybe give your girl a bit of camel toe if you're kind of gross. YouTube might think that's nudity. Can't have that. YouTube is ridiculous. I have trouble with legs. Let me pull out Hogarth. This is the dynamic figure drawing book. I actually have this in PDF form, but structural rhythm of the leg. There's a bunch of useful stuff in here. Yep, inside higher than the outside. I don't know if you can see that. Of course you can't see that. Why am I even trying to show it to you? Figure notation in deep space. Hogarth spent all this time drawing muscular men. There doesn't seem to be as much effort toward drawing voluptuous women. Well, I don't know if voluptuous is necessarily what I'm looking for in an anime context. What am I doing wrong with legs? It's the knee area. The knee area is where I have trouble. I mean, that's kind of the trouble, excuse me. It's kind of the trouble point. Okay, I can do the upper leg just fine, okay, because there's not much to it. But then when I get to the lower leg, what do I do in the lower leg? Do I just like not do much of anything? What do I need to do in terms of making the upper thigh meld smoothly and easily into the lower leg? More importantly, how do I make it look feminine? I mean, it's one thing to draw a guy's leg, but when you're drawing a girl's leg, you need to these are way too long. The knees should be up around here. Or she's way too skinny. I could just like expand her somewhat. That would work. I'm having a bad day. I'm having such a bad day. So there's the ankle there. Here's the kneecap here. We've got a tibia. There should be a divot here. So we can see just the, see that there. Here's the, we got a tendon in the back there. This needs to come farther up and be more slender and more. Yeah, that'll do it right there. Here would be the foot kind of lifted, kind of sort of up in the air. There's the bottom of the ankle. These proportions are fucked. This looks awful. I'm not learning anything by deleting these things. I'm not. I've had the most awful day. I just really have. That's not true. I haven't had that awful a day. I had a couple of minor things go wrong. Just like small issues, small things, but they pile up and they turn into a big issue. And yeah, so much stuff to do. I got all this shit to move. I got it. I can't really do much right now. My heart's not in it. My brain's not in it. I'm just gonna cut this short. I got other shit that I need to do, and I don't want to do any of it, and I can barely breathe. And it's really gross, and it takes like no time at all for my sinuses to fill right back up. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and call it this. I know it's a short stream this week, but what can I do? What can I do? I can push through it is what I can do. I can push through it. And I can continue to I can push through it because that is what needs to be done. Anybody can draw or paint or work when they're inspired. But can you do it when you're not? That's the real question. I think it's underestimated how much of art, visual art in particular, is about just projecting the thing you see in your head onto the paper. And if you can do that effectively, then it becomes relatively simple to take the thing in your head and put it into the world. You need to be able to see more clearly what the image in your head is. And get a more accurate notion of things like how long a person's neck is. Probably longer than you expect. That's something approximating a hand. The hand's the right. Let's take that and then we'll free transform it. And like this. Come down here somewhat. There we go, that's better. Wacketer, deselect, vector brush. Let's erase that little bit there. I'm working on more horror-related ideas lately. since that's largely where my interests lie. So it's better, but it gives him that's kind of a skimpy little arm. It's better though. And that one, of course. Get way into the chest there. And the action line here is kind of a swoop up through the center like so. I can barely breathe. This isn't terrible. And move it upward a bit. This leg needs to come down more in this direction. This is thoroughly wrong. That's coming down there, so we've got the swoop of the pelvis there and the swoop of the pelvis there. So here's our leg. Here's our other leg. And kind of a crease there. This is not horrible. In this pose, for this pose to really work, honestly, I feel like this is a getting up pose because of the kind of downward swoop here. So it's like he's pushing himself up from that doesn't look right. I'm gonna redo that somewhat. come down right about there. That looks better. Needs to come up through here and swoop over. This part would be bulging out somewhat more because the arm's pulled in. Interlace the joint to the advancing member. Not terrible. How are we doing? We're still only half an hour in. We're halfway through. I've pushed through somewhat, and to continue pushing through. Sketching 4. What an original thing to call this. And let's start over. Let's do... do something along the lines of like a, I don't know, a robot or something. An interesting kind of head shape in any case. So if that's going to be the line of the diameter right there, and it's going to be it. And then we want to bow it out. Get some kind of detail going on that. Put kind of a rounded edge on that, and I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Put like a hydraulic thing of some sort over here. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not happy with this. This is bullshit. Drawing the little spirals here serves to help control. It's just a useful little practice thing. want to experiment with the tool properties here. Starting and ending effect dynamics. Okay, I don't want to work with that very much. Brush density dynamics. Pen pressure and tilt. That's an interesting question. Pen pressure affects brush size. I don't know that I really care much about that one way or the other. Work with a very light touch. I think that's what I need to do is start refining my ability to work with a light touch. Eyebrow there. This would be the side of the face right here. Come on there. Need an eyebrow. Need another eyebrow. A dorky little grin on her face. That's kind of the way the let's get something related to the way the face responds when you actually move your mouth. Not terrible. Yet another dumbass anime face. Sketching 5. I just saved that as an absolutely blank file, didn't I? Because I'm an idiot. It's moving too fast. Well, it wasn't exactly a masterpiece. Something resembling hair. Give her kind of a surprised face. Not terrible. Not good, but not terrible. Let's see what Sketching 5 comes out. Yes, Sketching 5 comes out completely blank, so I'll save this over top of it. I don't know why I'm even bothering to save these. I suppose I'm saving them because I know sometimes I regret not saving things. That happens now and then. work on eyes, specifically the outsides of eyes. And work on pairs of eyes and getting them to look relatively decent. Okay, that's enough. I'm not I'm not feeling this. I'm out of here. I'm gonna go ahead and disconnect from the stream, and yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, you know, like, comment, subscribe if you're like a masochist and want to see stuff like this. Hey, let's get psychedelic again. Ba-boom. Woo! Isn't that fun to watch? Everybody likes watching that. That's just the most fun ever. Not. Okay, that's close enough to an hour. I'm done. Okay, bye.